Boom! All right. Kenman here, and this thing of beauty is brought to us today by Fred the Lug. No package, but it packs a punch. Let me tell you what, let's get into it right now. Fred sent me several cool knives from his collection to review and share with all of you. This is one of them. This is the Homer Zhu Chen. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Number 68. These are very cool, unique, handmade knives. He makes these in his garage. This is the model Chen. Look at that. You can't even tell what side the blade's on. It's so flush and smooth right there. Auto open. Boom. Look at this. Damasteel on that blade right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Titanium on the handle, very unique. Look at the clip, got the ball. I don't even know, just got to soak this in. Not a lot of info on it. He's a custom maker, makes these in his garage. Um, just amazing craftsmanship right here. I do have a link in the description to his channel or his page. You can go kind of check it out, see some of the stuff that he's working on right now. But this is the model Chen. There it is right there. Homer Zhu, number 68. Got a captive pivot on there with a really cool little triangular button on the one side. It is a button actuated auto out the side. Boom. No lock on it. So if it was in your pocket, but you can look at it, I'm kind of pushing on that button. It's not really doing anything. You have to get in there and give it a solid press to get it to pop out. Very cool. Got the insert there with the kind of carbon fiber dual color with the blue. That really sweet looking Damasteel blade. Nice looking jimps on the top. This is, that's solid. That blade is not moving, no play. Push the button down to release it. It does have the spring, so you're not really looking at a detent since it's an auto, but it clicks in there smooth. I really like how it's flush when it's closed. That blade just sits right up against there. You can kind of feel the jimps just a little bit kind of popping out, but other than that, it is just smooth and seats in there really nicely. Boom, the auto is satisfying, just pops out. What a cool look. What does everyone think about these? Anybody have a custom from this guy? This stuff is wild. Fred always has some really cool stuff. He's got his hand on the pulse. He knows what's going on in the knife world and what's cool, what to check out. Thanks again to Fred for sending this one out for us to enjoy for a little while. Boom. That is great. I like how it's solid right there when it's open. Jimps kind of on the edges of the handle, and then they extend out onto the blade. This is a smaller kind of utility or delicate kind of a knife. Getting in there for some draw cuts. It's very manageable with its size. Feels good. Those jimps are nice. I like them. Of course, they could go out further, but these actually work well for what you've got right there. No real choke up spot. Full handle though, it sticks out the back a little bit, so that's good for as far as holding and using. It's a smaller knife, but it definitely has a large enough size on the handle that my bigger hand fits comfortably. I can dig it. What do we think about this? Great looking, that titanium, real nice. The blade, the pattern on there looks awesome. The quality of this is just, it's there. Feels excellent in the hands. Alright, that does not sit very flat with that clip. Kind of a large clip. What do you think about the clip for this? It's a little wild. I can dig it. So, full length end to end is 6.5. Smaller for sure. Blade is just under 2.5. You could say just under 2 3/4, my bad. You could say it's 2 3/4 at an angle, but end to end it's just under that. Cutting surface is 2 5/8 with a little curve on the front of the belly. and 3 7/8 on the handle. Blade thickness 0.1. Now basically that 0.1 gets all the way out to here. Then you've got the grind on the end. Nice feel to that. Handle 0.42. Thinnest part here at the end 0.59. It gets as wide as 7/8 in the middle. Widest on the blade 0.71. What? New battery? Not flashing? I've used this thing 3 times today. And on every time, it started flashing fairly quick. There it goes. Sometimes I feel like it's about on the verge of full death, and then it goes and just doesn't flash at all for me for almost the entire measuring on the review. I mean, what is the deal with that battery? It is a wild one. Okay. What's everyone think about out-the-side autos like this? Is this something you would carry or just something really cool to add to your collection? 1.956, definitely lighter, smaller. 3.29 on the drop air. I compare that with everything. I grabbed a Boker Kalashnikov as like a standard, inexpensive out-the-side auto. Also have the tack knives, Goliath, another out-the-side auto, 373. Both of them a little bit bigger than this Homer Zhu. 195. I'm going to put it that way with the clip. So Kaiser drop bear is your bug out killer, pyrite size, great EDC size, good one for comparisons. The handle on the drop bear is 1/4 inch or so larger, maybe 1/2 inch, and the blade is maybe the same, about almost a 1/2 inch larger. So this is definitely a smaller offering. Here is your Boker Kalashnikov out the side, budget auto, same kind of thing. This is a lefty version, so the button's on the other side. This actually feels like it fires out with a little bit more authority than this one does here. A little bit more delicate pop out on that. Kalashnikov is definitely larger, but if you're looking for an out-the-side auto and want to get one on a budget, even a lefty version like this is going to be maybe $60 or so, depending on prices as they change. Good 3/4 of an inch or an inch longer on the blade, 1/4 or 1/2 inch on the handle. Kalashnikov is fun though. And then the tack knives, Goliath. This one does have a lock on it, so you can get her closed and then put it in the lock position, and then it won't accidentally fire open. Very fun and satisfying, the Goliath from Tack Knives. Same kind of thing as the Kalashnikov, definitely more of a full-sizer. Just a fun little comparison on outside autos. I do have a few of them. They are fun. Boom. This one is a collector piece, a very unique, one-of-a-kind, amazing quality of craftsmanship from Homer Knife. I'll have a link in the description to check them out. Boom. What do we think about this? This is super cool. Thanks again to Fred for sending me some of his knives for us to check out and review. Always cool to see some stuff that I wouldn't normally get to pick up or check out. This custom is awesome. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.